Hi everyone, welcome back to the gameplay of BTD5. Let's continue with the Mastery Mode Updated series. I'm gonna be running as always with all the lab upgrades except for storing lives. And I'll be going with the Engineer Special Building. So pretty much the same stuff. And the track that I'm gonna be doing now is gonna be one of the easiest tracks in the game to build a ton of farms on, because this track is gonna have like half of the map is gonna be grass, where you can place like a ton of farms. So this area here, all this area, you can just fill it with farms, and therefore you may see in YouTube a lot of people trying to beat records. For example, the highest number of cash possible to get in like 85 rounds or something like that, because of the fact that this track is built in this way, has a lot of room available. And yeah, so having the Engineer Special Building, I'm gonna be going with an engineer. Sadly here there isn't, even in last, as you see, the popping power is not gonna be so great. I'm gonna be popping maximum like 2 balloons. Only if the balloons are very close to each other I will be able to pop them, but most of the times I'm gonna be popping only 2 balloons per shot. But it's okay. This track is called 3 times around because the balloons are gonna just go something like here, then gonna 1, 2, 3, and then they're gonna exit. So you have a ton of time to pop them all, you know. And yeah, in this case, just because of how the track is built, I think I'm gonna be going with in first. I'm gonna just leave the engineer in first in this particular case. So I sold before earlier a free farm that I had got from completing some objectives, and I should be getting now the sentry guns. Here we go. And another thing that makes this track pretty easy is gonna be the fact that the balloons are gonna be around the center, so around the circle, a lot of time, and therefore if you build towers in that portion, you should be fine. You don't have to think about like, for example, how place the towers on or the position of the towers. Just place the towers around the center and you're gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna get now the second farm. It doesn't really matter where I place it. There is so much room that just any spot is a good spot. So I got the farm placed before the round ended, and therefore it's gonna give me the 2 bunches of bananas, so the 80 cash is something that may be useful for upgrading some towers 1 round earlier. That's why every little cash matters. And if you can, just place those farms before the round ends. And yeah, so nothing new, pretty much, always the same stuff. And actually I may go here with let's see, okay, a farmer. I'm gonna be placing the farmer there, so I'll be getting the last farm here. Okay, that should be good. Round 22, the leads, no problem, because of the fact that with the special building, the engineer and the sentry guns can pop leads. This camo round, I'm gonna just use road spikes so that I can use the most the cash to get the farms to 0, not to get a tower that can spot camo. I'm gonna be getting a ninja in this case. That's gonna be the tower that I'm gonna be using to spot camo later, so I'm gonna be getting the ninja anyways. But right now I got all the farms to 0, so it's a lot of difference of how much cash I'm receiving from these farms. Yeah, I got the village there for to reduce the cost of the upgrades. I don't think in any way you can have trouble in this track, you know, just by placing some towers you should be fine. So in this case I'm gonna get a ninja to 1, and then I'm not gonna upgrade anything else until I get some farm upgrades. I feel really protected here. So I think there's no need. And also I got the farmer there that is gonna be making the balloons bounce backwards. Yeah, definitely. So I got there 2 farms 3-0. Therefore I'm already ready for the factory. I could get it right now, but instead I'm gonna just get a village here. I wanna get it as low as I can so that I'm gonna be building an ace here later on without getting any other village. Okay, here we go. I have to remember before the end of this round I'm gonna have to get an apprentice and get it 0-2 for the camo leads. Here we go. Let's get now the upgrade, the range upgrade for this village, and let's get the engineer 1-3. So I don't really know where the first balloons are, because of the fact that all the balloons are gonna be going in circles here, so you can't really tell apart the balloons that are already in the second time going around or the third time. So well, whatever, you know, I should be good here. So I'm gonna be getting here balloon shipper near the beginning of the track. I'm gonna be getting probably a bit here behind the balloon shippers a glue gunner, and then here at the side of the ninja the bomb. Okay, here we go, my 5 towers, the perfect fifth. Oh, I already I forgot to get the blunt jinsu there. That's why I took so much time to pop the mobs. Oh well, it worked out anyway at the end. But yeah, a bit scary. Okay, I'm gonna get a glue gunner here. And let's get the village to 1. And let's start upgrading the balloon shipper. Remember that I have already 2 farms 3-0, so I don't need to upgrade another one. for the village. And all these rounds I'm getting a bit more of cash from the 3-0 farm. You know, if it would be a 2-0 farm, I would receive less cash, but because it is a 3-0 farm, I'm getting a bit more of cash. Not a lot, but fair enough. So I think right now I'm gonna be going with the village, not village, sorry, with the factory. So 3.6, I got here 6.6 and 6.4. Okay, so definitely factory. So as you see in this particular track, the fact that it's a bit easier to get the farms and to defend with less upgrades and with less towers. I could get the first factory in round 48, so a couple of rounds earlier than what I normally get. I'm gonna get now back again all the farms, and then the bomb in this particular track, because of the fact that the balloons are gonna go in circles round and around, getting the bomb for 2, so stunning all the ceramic balloons, is gonna be very important, and it's gonna proc almost all the area around the center. So with the bomb I should be fine until around like 50 something, probably against until the zone I got. So I'm gonna just get here another balloon chipper for 2, and then I'm gonna be getting all the other factories. Probably I'm gonna get 3, maybe more, I don't know, depending on how well do I defend. Okay, so let's start getting some 3-0 farms here. See that the bomb stun procs almost every balloon in all the area. That's why it's so valuable. I could get also the glue gunner there, 3-0, but I think that it's okay in this way. So 6.3, 2.8, enough. Okay, 54, second factory. I may be able to get all the factories before the Zomagat round. And I'm not even placing like ice towers. So yeah, probably here if I get a glue gunner like 3-0, I could go on for a ton more of rounds. So I'm gonna just get it. 3-0, here we go. Now the glued balloons are gonna get popped much faster by the glue, and therefore that means that there's gonna be less room, less balloons going around the center, and therefore the ninja especially is gonna be focusing more the Zomagats. Well, not the Zomagats still, but the mob class balloons. Yeah, I'm gonna get the four factories right now. I could still go on in terms of farms. I could get like a ton of them because there is room, but I don't really need that many farms. If you wanna beat some records, you know, go ahead, but in this particular case I'm just having the farms that I need to survive and to complete the 85 rounds in the faster and safer way possible. So getting a ton of farms is not really much of an help for me. And here the candy is gonna be getting this ace down here. That is gonna do a ton of damage. And yeah, that's pretty much game over. So I think I can already start thinking about the temple. So probably somewhere around here I want to place the super monkey somewhere around here. That's gonna be the temple. Therefore probably selling the ninja here is the best solution. Maybe also the engineer. And getting the super monkey here. Here we go. So that is the super monkey that's gonna be the temple. And now I have only to complete and to get all the rest of the towers to get good sacrifices and to get a powerful temple. And that's really it for this gameplay. As you see, depending on the track, even if all the tracks are beginner, some tracks are easier than others. Using this strategy, of course. If you use another strategy, maybe this track could be more problematic. I don't know. But normally, most of the times, in tracks where the balloons are pretty close to each other, like it is in this track here, and tracks where you don't really need much towers, because the balloons are gonna just continue passing through the same part of the map on and on. You know, just it's easier to survive and to do all the things that you need to do. Okay, I'm gonna just get now the ice towers, and I'm gonna now sell these balloon chippers. I got bombs, glue gunners, apprentices, ice towers, the village. So yeah, that's it. So I think I'm gonna be getting here the temple. I'm gonna keep this ace because of the fact that it's so well placed that I feel like it's a pity to sell it. Let's get a 2-3 village here just to get this ace in range to power up a bit the attack speed. Last temple. As you saw there, I tried to place the super monkey the closer I could to the left. So in that way, the ray could go as straight as possible, and therefore popping more balloons. With that, the temple ray has infinite popping power, so it doesn't matter how many balloons there are, it's gonna damage them all. And yeah, definitely a nice combination. With the cash I'm getting from the Rastu farms, I'm gonna be getting here the usual snipers, 4-0 and 4-1. So 4-0 and 4-1, here we go. The tempo, as you see now, is covering the whole track. It's not covering the whole map, but it's covering the whole track, so where the balloons are gonna go. And yeah, I'm gonna just sell now the rest of these factories and get the usual 2 snipers outside the range of the village, 4-0 and 4-1. Yeah, and that's it. So I got the snipers and I got the ace, the specter, that is also doing damage. Not as much damage as the temple, but it's still doing its job. And probably it's competing here with the temple for the highest number of balloons popped. You can see in the right side of the image of the tower, you can see the amount of balloons that tower has popped. In this case, for example, the ace is going for the 300k balloons popped, but I got this ace placed a lot earlier than the temple. Instead, this temple is going in the 250s Ks, 250 K. So let's see at the end of the 85 rounds which of the two towers is going to have the highest number of balloons popped. Even though the temple has a high attack speed and has also the passives, so the blades, the glue missile, the ice missile, the missile, and the tornado, the specter excels in doing damage to the balloons when they are close to each other. So for example, after you pop a Zomagat layer, and then the 4 BFPs layer, and then the 16 MOAB layers, all the 64 ceramics that are gonna come out from the 4 MOABs are gonna be very close to each other, and that is where the specter, I think, deals more damage and faster than the temple, and therefore that's why the temple is catching up to the specter. Almost the equal amount of balloons popped, 390, 399, 400k now the specter, and the temple 395. So they're very close, and the temple is catching in. It was more than 50k balloons down. Now it's only down like 5k. Still 2 more rounds to go. Let's see who is gonna win. Probably I think the temple is gonna win because the temple has the missile speed of the beam is higher than the missile speed from the specter. 470, 465 now. Oh wow, let's see. This could be an interesting battle. And this is yet another example to show you how strong the monkey aces can be. You know, one specter is competing with the temple for how many balloons it's popping. Okay, so I'm gonna just the gameplay has ended, but I'm gonna just compare now the amount of balloons from the temple and from the ace. So at the end of the 85 rounds, the temple popped 554k and the specter popped 511k. So considering that I got the specter like 13 or 14 rounds earlier than the temple, the specter had a lot of advantage in terms of rounds and balloons popped, and the temple catch up, but still it's very close. And yeah, that is just another example how strong the aces, the 4-0 aces can be. So hope you guys enjoyed this guide, and see ya. Bye bye.